All good. Awesome.
All right, whenever you're ready.
Awesome. So, sound check 1 2 1 2, sound check 1 2 1 2, sound check 1 2 1 2. Coming through.
Perfectly.
Awesome. Welcome one and all to Knight Stadium. Take two of this round 25 matchup between the Melbourne Knights and the Dandenong Thunder. It's a few days later than we initially anticipated, bringing you this fixture across the NPL Victoria YouTube pages, but better late than never. And we now prepare for kickoff, red versus pink, in this pivotal NPL Men's Victoria matchup. The Melbourne Knights, in this penultimate round of the regular season, chasing down finals football. Dandenong City's win over Port Melbourne on Friday evening means that the Sharks are eliminated from contention for that 6th and final spot in the finals starting in a few weeks' time. Now, only the Melbourne Knights can take it away from Highduke. However, they must beat the Dandenong Thunder to keep those hopes alive. Dandenong City at the end of round 25 on 37 points. The Melbourne Knights entering this contest on 32 points. So they must win tonight, must win next week, and hope that Dandenong City drop points away to Heidelberg United. All to play for coach Ivan Franjic's men, player coach Ivan Franjic's men, and if they need a little bit more motivation, that legendary figure, Ivan Franjic, playing his final ever home game at Knight Stadium. Regardless of what happens in finals football, the Melbourne Knights will be on the road for the rest of the 2025 campaign, which means that this legend of not just Melbourne Knights, but Australian football, will say goodbye to Summer Street, in a playing capacity at least, this evening. As Chris Oldfield puts his boot through the ball. The Knights, well, they are unchanged from the team sheets that were submitted on Friday evening. It's Chris Oldfield in goal. In front of him, Ben Carrigan, Corey Sewell, Ivan Franjic, Mitch Hoare, Steve White, Kieran Brumwell, Gian Albano, Joseph Franjic, Saif Adin Saki and Hatim Farr. Been a few weeks now since the Knights played, given that they had that weekend off for the catch-up round and Doherty Cup and Nike FC Cup finals, but a few very big additions in the side, in the sense that Hoare, Brumwell and Joey Franjic are all in from the unit that lost 3-1 to the Oakley Cannons their last time out. So as they prepare to stage a push for finals football, some very handy additions for the hosts. As the Thunder look to break quickly in transition, we'll stick with play before bringing you their lineups as this ball comes out to Romanovsky on the right flank. Jay Romanovsky driving, looking for the byline. And the shot eventually sent in by Thomas Dunn, but it's on target but rather tame, and that enables Oldfield to get down low and make the comfortable collection. Well, for the Dandenong Thunder, they do have two changes from the 11 that was submitted on Friday night. Keith Clark and Daniel Alessi both coming into the side, which means that Anthony Van Riet, the young keeper who was set to don the gloves on Friday evening, he moves to the bench, as does Mohamed Selamovsky, starting on the bench. As the Knights come forward, they need to lose out. Romanovsky on the ball. Sevdim Ismaili, his starts, as does Mercer Mehmeti, Wade Decker, Thomas Dunn, Ali Suleimani, Berkel Perdar, Ben Jiba, the aforementioned Romanovsky and Christian Cavallo. That will be an offside against Ali Suleimani, the Thunder skipper. Aidan Edwards also comes into the squad on the bench. He wasn't listed on the team sheet on Friday evening. The players on the bench of coach Adam Pettick, Anthony Van Riet, the backup goalkeeper, Joseph Romero, Jackson Brady, Daniel Dixon, Josh Carrantz, and the aforementioned Selamovsky. As Albano loses the ball out, but we'll get another opportunity very quick as the Thunder can't keep it in. Corey Sewell on the ball for the Knights, searching for an option. Corey Sewell getting it back, tried to just put in a deft touch to take it past Ben Jibber, couldn't work it out. If we cast our eyes back a bit further than Friday evening to the last time that the Thunder took the field in what was a 1-0 loss to St Albans a few weeks ago, Romanovsky, Suleimani, Jiba and Mamesi all come into the side. As here come the Knights, trying to get something going on that right flank, and it's going to create a wicked effort, kept out by Clark. Albano couldn't get a subsequent shot in. High ball across for Albano, comes off his chest. Thunder looped the ball, attempted clearance. Brady and Carrance have dropped out of the starting 11 from that last Thunder game, that 1-0 loss to St Albans. Jordan Smiley and Brandon Kildare out of the squad entirely. As Ivan Franic sends a high diag through. It's collected by Albano, but free kick was found during the build-up as well. Won by the Knights' leading scorer, Kieran Bramwell's got 12 on the season. Our referee tonight, we have had a change in referee from the nose assigned on Friday evening. Ross Clark has the whistle in the middle of Knights Stadium this evening. One of Victoria's best, Ross Clark also took charge in the previous red on pink game in the NPL Victoria, Hume City against the Dandenong Thunder earlier in the campaign. So perhaps tapped for his eye. As he watches on now as Farr stands over the ball. This is Franic, and it's Farr who's going to try his luck to force Clark into a leaping effort. Didn't actually have to get a hand on it in the end as it bounces off the crossbar and out for a goal kick. Trying to get the ball out of their half. There's been some extended periods of Knights' territorial control in these last few exchanges, and well, they can load up and come again. Or trying to turn, and he's done so. We're sliding it across to Albano. Corey Sewell running to provide the overlap. Albano didn't take it. And in the end, his much delayed pass to his marauding left back sold him into a bit of trouble and went out for a throw. Get around it! Get around it! Cleared away only as far as Joseph Franic, and then Ivan Franic sliding across in front of Suleimani. Now here's the Knights player coach on the ball, looking up, surveying the scene. Decent ball in the Bramwell direction, cleared him through to Albano. Gian Albano, players arriving. One of them is Sewell. And then the dummies, well, fainted leave from Bramwell for Albano. Maybe caught the winger unawares, and it's out for a Thunder throw. Full slate of action across NPL Men's Victoria preceding tonight's contest. It all started on Friday evening when Dandenong City got that previously mentioned win over Port Melbourne. It was a 5-3 barn burner in the end. It sees Highduke in the box seat to play final football, sitting there in 6th position. Avondale and South Melbourne played out a 1-1 draw that saw South Melbourne take out the 2024 Premiership. And a good week for South Melbourne. Doherty Cup knocking the Wellington Phoenix out of the Australia Cup, and now the Premier's place. Oakley recorded a 2-0 win over Moreland City. Heidelberg beat Manningham United very, very late. dealing, well, a blow to Manningham United's hopes of staying up in the top flight for 2025. Hume City, 2-0 win over Altona. St Albans, a thumping 5-0 win over Green Gully, which in fact saw them overhaul Green Gully on the table. And now tonight's game to round things off. There's Thunder trying to get things going down the left. Didn't come off, but then again, it had him Far's touch. Thrown in for Burke and Kerdar. And for possession to be quickly surrendered to the hosts. Sewell to Carrigan to Joseph Franjic to Ivan Franjic. Thunder, though, getting up in their shape and denying the clear passing options forward. Going to force the Knights to go back to Oldfield. And then just a very off-direction ball intended for Corey Sewell, but only finding a touchline. So Njiba can come forward. And then for Suleimani, poked away from him. Coming through is Bromwell, but he's closed down by Pierce Clark. Melbourne Knights, though, have a corner. Opportunity to get that tall timber forward. Swung in towards the near post. Headed away. Ivan Franjic collecting. Thought about another ball in, but he was closed down quickly. That'll force him to retreat. To White. To Albano. Ivan Franjic has stayed forward. He was the intended recipient. Carrigan stayed forward as well. Couldn't win the ball. Burke and Kerdar for the Thunder. Just lay it off. And subsequently finds Ben Jibber, who's going to loop it forward. Wade Decker's giving chase. Wade Decker letting the ball come to him, turning, shooting. And flashing an effort just across the face of goal. Thunder haven't found the back of the net much this season, but Wade Decker has been the best of them. There's 7 goals on the campaign. Their 24 goals scored across 2024 is now the fewest in the league after St Albans got a few more over the weekends. Off the head of Romanovsky back to Juba. Romanovsky this time sending it towards his attacking end. Ishmaeli looping it forward. Ishmaeli in the 23 tonight. That had been worn by Jordan Smiley. It's Far. Does well to lay the ball off for Ivan Franjic. Franjic and a barnstorming run. Ivan Franjic across to Gian Albano. Thunder scrambling back. Albano carrying it into the area, putting it across the face of goal. Headed away. The Thunder see the ball out. It's almost done. Looping the ball forward. Far collects. Does well to whip the ball in towards Albano, arriving at the back peg. Kept in. Scrambling to get it. Keep the pressure on, are the Knights. It was Hall that kept the play alive. And again, they're going to reset on this right flank. Ball delivered in, headed away. Mercy Memesi with the defensive header. Albano, wow. All the intent in the world, not the execution. And the Thunder will have themselves a goal kick. Lessie. Jibba, closed down by Albano. Minovsky in front of him, instead he opts to go high and long in the Decker direction. White lays it off for Carrigan. In turn goes back to Oldfield. So the Thunder are able to get the ball into the Knights penalty area, albeit with the Knights in possession. That has reset the territory. And it's going to allow the Thunder to just apply some pressure. It's forcing the Knights into just a bit of wobbles. Actually, they just put the ball in the Albano direction, bounces off his forehead and out for a throw-in. Benjiba, with the ball in his opponent's side of the field, can look to find a teammate. Minovsky's touch, though, let him down. Forward comes Albano, who knocks it in the Bramwell direction. Daniel Alessi gets there first. To Clark. Was close down in a hurry, but got the ball away. Curtis sliding through, but unable to keep it in. Franic gets us going. Clever turn. There's Sewell to Albano. Albano whips the ball in, can't find a teammate. Farr getting across, winning the ball back for his side, at least initially. And we'll probably have his pocket picked. Opportunity again for the Thunder to get some numbers forward, get set up in their shape. This is Oldfield to go high and long, bounces off the head of Jay Romanovsky. Out for a throw-in. This has been the most momentous of seasons for the Thunder, but Romanovsky's form definitely something for them to take out of this campaign. The teenager, regular part of these Thunder senior sides after coming across from Port Melbourne, joining Anna Pinnock. Well, hello. Talked at the top of the broadcast about how Pierce Clark had come into the 11 after Anthony Van Riet had been named on Friday evening, and well, just about 17 minutes into this one, and Clark might not be sticking around for long. He's gone down, requiring a bit of treatment. Hamstring potentially, glute. Magic spray is out. I think that's Anthony Van Riet, who's just gone to get limber on the sidelines. Clark, no, back to his feet. So Trona will make way. And you can see who takes this free kick now. Well, it will be Clark, albeit maybe not the best judge of how whatever that ailment was will affect him, given that he went short. Next time the Thunder have to go long from one of those situations. We'll be able to observe who is tasked with sending it. Romanovsky. Just been heaping praise on his form this season earlier, but gave the ball away there. Kurtar trying to bail his teammate out. He can't beat Corey Sewell. Touch to take it away from his marker, albeit Romanovsky recovered quickly, late in the challenge. The race is on, unless he gets there just in front of Bramwell, who kept going. Trying to send some shivers up Mercy Mehmeti's spine, but he kept his head. Kurtar dropping deep to receive. He can ride with Clark. Jiba rides the challenge, winning a free kick. Kurtar, high ball forward in the Decker direction. Carrigan with the defensive header. Clever touch though by Wade Decker. And for Carrigan to once again prove up to the task. Carrigan in his first season with Melbourne Knights came across from Bentley Greens in the last off-season. A-League men experience, an Asian Champions League experience with Melbourne Victory. Now trying to do his bit to help his side into the playoffs. It's Joseph Franic getting in the way of that one, sending it out for what will be a Thunder corner over in that far side of the pitch. Kurtar ambling across to take. Suleimani on the near post. Shmali at top of the 6-yard box. Doubles on the keeper, and then the resulting header. Well, unable to be turned goalward. Decker keeping it in, sending another ball in, headed away at the near post. Christian Cavallo. Use that left foot of his to just loft something into the path of Ali Suleimani's run. Not quite there. And we will have a goal kick for the Melbourne Knights. Joseph Franic to Ivan Franic. Back to Joseph Franic. Now forward for Hoare. Thunder shape again, giving the Melbourne Knights no end of frustrations, and it's going to result in a cheap turnover inside the attacking third of the visitors. Suleimani shook off a couple, couldn't beat the third. Or trying to break forward quickly and combine with Bramwell, didn't come off. Smiley. Romanovsky. Jiba. Back and Kurtar now. Across to Mehmeti. Christian Cavallo ahead of him. Instead he opts to go back central. And Romanovsky unable to keep it in after the game of head tennis between Corey Sewell and Ben Jiba. The former ball in his hands now for the Knights. Bramwell just trying to flick it onwards. Alessi not allowing him to do so. And the young Socceroo in his first season with the Thunder, Alessi. Carrigan. Sending back to Oldfield. It's rather well done there by the centre back. Did it in a hurry, but sending it straight at his goalkeeper. Slimani almost loses his footing. Able to recover and, well, head it with Kurdar, the intended recipient. It doesn't come off, and that's going to allow the Knights to come forward. Bramwell had to go behind him. Albano had to fetch it, and then the first time ball finds naught but pink shirts. And now Suleimani looking to spring the Thunder forward in transition. The ball intended for Decker, picked out. Carrigan. Saki couldn't get a head on it. Doesn't matter, falls for far. Albano's on the left. Instead, he's going to go from range and finds a net, but it was the safety netting behind the goals rather than the back of the old onion bag. Well, foot race is on here in Oldfield. Just anywhere but here, he says, as he just is able to get out there. Could have been, well, sucker punch for the Knights. So they must win tonight to keep their finals hopes alive. Alessi is the Thunder trying to work their way through this Knights defensive shape. Romanovski's attempt to just flick it onwards, denied by Corey Sewell. Schwally with a smart turn. Sprinting back to provide a contest, though, was far. Romanovski. Touch off his thigh before sending him back to Benjiba. Kurdar. Let it run before laying it off to Daniel Alessi. Christian Cavallo calling for it on the left flank. If the Thunder can work the ball over there. Suleimani. As Christian Cavallo ducks inside. Let's plug in the gaps, though, forcing the Thunder back into their own half of the pitch. Ball lofted forward in the Decker direction. Does well to collect. Laying it off. Can the Thunder find a man in the middle? It was sent in the Romanovski direction, but flicked away by Corey Sewell. Thunder getting some bodies forward, asking a few questions as we approach the half an hour mark here at Summer Street. Albano collects. There's some significant pressure, but he was able to find Farr, who just knocks it out behind. Save Saki. But he's able to collect and then take it past his marker. Cavallo gives chase. Only for the Knights to get stood up. Now the Thunder advancing down their left flank. Central for Dunn. His ball finds a teammate. Players arrive in. Down Carrigan's boot. Oldfield spills it. But then he's able to collect at the second time of asking. Carrigan. Thunder keeper Pierce Clark, he certainly can't be accused of being a shrinking violet, clearly audible, barking instructions to his side on how he wants them to get set up and defend. Coming through loud and clear here in our commentary position, maybe on the broadcast for you as well. There's Joseph Franjic sends the ball to Corey Sewell. He had to close it down and collect it. High ball forward in the Saki direction on that right flank, closed down by Christian Cavallo. Saki just trying to flick it onwards and dance past him. Doesn't come off, but he will have a corner kick. He thought about taking it quickly, but instead he's going to wait and allow his teammates to get forward. So Bramwell keeping the keeper company. Joseph Franjic. Far, Carrigan in there as well, Ivan Franjic in there. It's taken short. Opening up the angle, defensive header. Clark with the punch, only as far as Far. Who can. Well, in the end, he just also tried to divert the ball away from that massive bodies in front of him, hoping that he could at least sneak it inside that left-hand post instead. It's a shot off target for the Melbourne Knights. Decker dropping to collect it. Well to find a teammate, and that's going to allow the Thunder to just recess and put the ball across this left flank and try to find a way through. Cavallo lofting the ball forward for Dunn. Thomas Dunn wanted to throw in. Isn't going to get it. Carrigan again with a telling bit of play for the Melbourne Knights. Carrigan now on the ball before sending it across to Sewell. Albano trying to play the 1-2. Jimmy giving chase. Albano will collect. Thunder right back, getting back to provide the contest as the ball is floated in. Searching for Bramwell, but he can't get a head on it. However, play remains alive. Ivan Franjic. What a story it would be if he could get a goal in his last home game at Summer Street. Made such a huge impact in the Knights' search for finals football. But he watches on now. He gets it back as the Knights try to find a way to get this ball into the Thunder penalty area. Advantage will be played. White was bundled over. Far got a touch on it, knocking it in the Saki direction. Well played out, but only as far as Franjic. The ball is whipped across the face. Audible gasps from the crowd as it sails out for a goal kick. And Messi sending it in the Dunn direction in the middle of the park. That's coming up with it. It's Corey Sewell. Well, I think you maybe noticed the acres of spaces in front of him as Albano had dropped into the midfield. Got the ball. Now Bramwell taking advantage of that space. Juba for company. Romanowski's there to defend against the ball for Sewell. And Hawes' attempt to just slide the ball through for Albano, and that left boot of his doesn't come off. So, about half an hour gone here at Melbourne Knights Stadium in what is a must-game win for the hosts. But the scores remain Melbourne Knights 0, Dandenong Thunder 0. And really not too many occasions where either keeper has been forced into action. A few collections and punches of balls into the box. A few shots in on goal, but nothing that's forced any highlight reel saves from either Chris Oldfield or Pierce Clark. Will we see that change with the remaining 13 and a bit odd minutes of regulation plus added time in this opening stanza? Kurda knocking it forward. Well, Dunn keeps it moving to Suleimani. His ball across, looking for Decker. Good header. He's able to get his neck around and generate some force, unfortunately, for his hopes of a goal. It was straight at Oldfield. And now the Knights are going to break quickly before the Thunder can get set up. Saki driving forward, cutting it across. Clark sticking a leg out, deflecting it away. Now Thomas Dunn. He's got Romanovsky in front of him to his right. Steady, looks central. Sevda Mishmali. Lost to Christian Cavallo. Back to Mamesi. Cavallo really pushing up high on that left flank. It's going to force Ben Gibber to stay at home on the opposite side of the pitch. Ball forward for Wade Decker. Turning, shooting, Wade Decker. Forcing a save from Chris Oldfield as the ball goes out for a corner. Wade Decker, such a tidy talent. Time Oakley Cannon now with the Dandenong Thunder and showing just that touch that has made him such a weapon at NPL men's Victoria level for so long now. Spent some time in the A-League men with Melbourne City as well. As that ball is whipped in and it's going to result in a header that forces Oldfield into a snap reaction save. That the best opportunity of the game for either side. But the Knights keeper doing his bit to prevent his unit from falling into a one-goal deficit. No doubt Nick Tolios and Dandenong City squad and faithful watching on as well, just hands on their heads, wishing that would have found the net. And there, Dandenong, well, rivals most of the time. Tonight, maybe they're allies, hoping that they can do them a favour. Messi to Decker, who had dropped as Suleimani drifted inside, but there's going to be a turnover. Albano, can he collect and shoot? No. Just got the ball caught up underneath him as he tried to open up his body and lay in an effort. Maybe the game beginning to stretch a little bit as here comes the Thunder in the form of Burke and Kurda. Romanovsky back to Kurda, playing at central. Decker, first time ball for Suleimani. Dunn was making a run as well. Romanovsky now in a bit of space on the right. High ball in. But Oldfield watching it all the way. Taking a big mark, a big grab. Far just able to collect that one. And here we go. It's a 3-on-3, maybe even a 3-on-2 for the Knights. Albano, top of the box. Onto his right boot. Shot close down. Looking for a second bite of the cherry. Doesn't come off. Far. His effort blocked away. Forward now. Albano in there. So is Sewell. High ball towards the back peg. But will beat everybody. And out for a goal kick. Here we go. We were pontificating a bit earlier about who would take these set pieces. Clark going down, requiring some treatment. Looks as though it will be the Thunder keeper tasked with sending it away. Albeit he's gone short once again. Smiley to Clark. Giving along the turf to Cavallo. Knights will just spring their track, spring their press. Jibber heads it onward. Flicked on by Ismaili to Dunn, and well, now an opportunity for the Thunder to break down this left flank. Ball across in the Romanovsky direction. Back to the top of the box. And Jibber. Romanovsky. Ismaili spearing the ball across. The Messi to Decker. Christian Cavallo. So they can get the ball in. They've got numbers waiting for it in the box. Not the most convincing of deliveries. Cleared away. Thunder, though, can reload. Simba Messi. Smiley. Jibber. Smiley up to Soleimani. Up to Decker, sorry. Wait Decker. Soleimani continues to wait in the middle. Dunn. Little back heel for Decker. Kurdar will wind up. And put it wide. Played by the Knights, allows Corey Sewell to carry it into Thunder territory. Romanovsky going every step with him though. Laying it off to Mitch Hall. Still going, Mitch Hall, central. Does he back himself? No, instead he goes for Albano. Little outside of the boot effort. Well, that's coming off the Thunder in the end. It's going to be a corner. Few questions asked by the Thunder, but they're going to have to go back to defend as Saki prepares to whip this one in right in front of the merch stands. High ball in, punch clear by Clark, kept going by Decker. The merch stand, in fact, they've got a clearance sale, a whole bunch of stuff for $20. Pretty good. Sewell heads it down for Albano. Those two will switch up. Sewell going back to left back as Carrigan sends it forward. Sewell and Albano again. Messi coming across, but he couldn't keep out Sewell. Low ball across to the penalty spot. Surely it is! The Knights have this opening goal of the game. They've been nibbling around the edges, and in the end it is Corey Sewell setting up Mitch Hall for the breakthrough strike that not only keeps the Knights, well, it puts the Knights ahead, I should say, but it keeps the Knights in the race for finals football. Hall gets his 6th goal of the season. Queenslander. He's the 3rd leading goal scorer for the Knights this campaign. He trails Bramwell and Albano. That's a big goal. As with not that long to go here in this opening half at Knights Stadium, the Melbourne Knights have a 1-goal lead. keeping that playoff push alive. Ains doing their bit to send Ivan Franjic out a winner at this stadium. Of course, the cliche goals, you're never more vulnerable than when you've just scored. And well, not to tempt fate or anything, but the Thunder have themselves a free kick. Have an opportunity to get some bodies forward. Stephen Messi heading up to the edge of the area, as has Daniel Alessi. Smiley there as well, Decker. Kurtar's delivery, not the best. Headed straight back in, no. Pinch for handball against the Knights, waved away by referee Ross Clark. Now foot race is on, Hoare against Romanovsky. The youngster for the Thunder getting there first, and he does very well. Sending it up the touchline to Ben Jibba, who then goes central to Kurtar. 30 seconds of regulation remaining here on the scoreboard at Summer Street. And with the binoculars out, looks like fourth official James Langoya has 2 minutes of added time up on his board, which will be now made official. Confirmation, 2 minutes of added time at the end of this opening half at Melbourne Knights Stadium. Kurtar. Jibba. Romanovsky. Suleimani. Kurtar. Drives the ball out onto that left flank. Cavallo couldn't bring it down. Saki now. Laying it off. High ball booted forward. Bramwell's going to give chase. Bit of miscommunication between Alessi and Clark. And that will lead the former to just boot the ball clear. And it's going to be a corner kick for the Knights. There's a couple of the Litleys that dons the bibs as ball kids give chase to that one. I don't know where it's ended up. It's still in the fence of this stadium or in the Croatia club behind. Ivan Franjic. There's another ball though, and he'll whip this one in. Saki is the short option, who he doesn't go to, instead towards the back post, and then, well, beating everybody. It was Corey Sewell, who was there for the Knights. Couldn't be found. Just 2 minutes of added time, so probably not much scope for any further developments if this one doesn't come off, and it doesn't. And indeed, referee Ross Clark will promptly signal an end to this delayed first half here at Knights Stadium. But well, it's happening on a Monday rather than a Friday like they anticipated, but the Knights are on track to fulfill their mission brief here at Knights Stadium. Up 1-0 thanks to a late first half goal from Mitch Hoare, but that is a goal that has them on track to keep the race for finals football between themselves and Dandenong City alive, and keep them on track to send Socceroo luminary, Melbourne Knights legend Ivan Franjic out a winner at this famous venue in what will be his final game as a player at Summer Street. The Thunder, though, can they regroup? Can they regather themselves and prove the party poopers? We will find out in just about 15 minutes or so when the second half resumes. You'll have the countdown clock for company until then, but until then, well, I'll see you on the other side. Welcome one and all back to Knight Stadium as we prepare to bring you live coverage of the second half of this NPL Men's Victoria round 25 matchup between the Melbourne Knights and the Dandenong Thunder. And if you are just joining us, the Knights are on track to do what they came here a few days later than originally anticipated, to do 1-0 leaders at the halftime break, thanks to a goal from Mitch Hall. Sees them move up on the live ladder into 7th position on the NPL Men's Victoria table as well. They go in search of second, but they're not going to get one as that's a handball. But currently on the NPL Men's Victoria table, they sit 7th on 35 points, 2 points back of Dandenong City, with, well, 1 game left for Hardwick to play, 1.5 games left for the Melbourne Knights to play. But if they can hold on to this 1-0 lead or extend it over the Dandenong Thunder, as they come forward once again now through Saki, laying it off to Brunwell across the face, not Mess. At the initial time of asking, and then it's going to come back for an offside after Albano skies the ball away. But heading into the final round, if this score holds, Dandenong City will be on 37 points, the Melbourne Knights on 35. But, importantly, if you are the Melbourne Knights, your goal difference, as it currently stands, is +5. Scored 40, 35 against. As that will be called back for a free kick against Hall. Dandenong City's goal difference is +2. Scored 50, 48 against here on my SofaScore app, which means, heading into the final round of play, that if the Melbourne Knights are able to get a win over Green Gully, who have been in something of free fall as of late, they would be into the finals if Dandenong City is unable to defeat Heidelberg United at Olympic Village, because a draw combined with a Knights win would see both sides finish level on 38 points, but the Knights possessing a superior goal difference. Heidelberg, meanwhile, have to win that game if they are any hope of hosting a final in the first week of the playoffs. Green Gully, meanwhile, safe from relegation, 5 points clear of 13th placed Manningham, who will be relegated if it is 2 up, 2 down this year in the NPL Victoria, waiting on confirmation for that. Probably also explains why this game was reorganised after its postponement on Friday evening, rather than being awarded as a forfeit to the Knights with such massive stakes attached. For both the Knights and Dandy City, you want these things to be decided on the pitch rather than on paper. As it stands, the Knights doing the job, but Dandy Thunder, with the ball in Ben Jibber's hands over on that far side of the pitch, doing their best to spanner in the works. They're going a few metres of territory. A few fans standing by the pit fence. One of them looks to be wearing Brisbane Raw gear, so here to see off Ivan Franjic in his last home game at Summer Street as a player. One would think that the Knights would be looking to bring him back as coach next season, given that his mid-season appointment as player coach helped spur a turnaround, which sees them battling for the playoffs on the penultimate round of the season. And, well, he's gone down here with a bit of discomfort, maybe stamped on, something that he needs to just walk off, jog off. Now looking a bit more sprightly as he gets the ball back. Sending it up the pitch to Saki. Safe in Saki. Laying off to Carrigan. Return goes to Corey Sewell. Laying it in behind Gibber, looking for Albano. Albano gets it. He's got Bramwell waiting. So he's going to go high, looking for Far. Chested down and forcing a sharp save from Pierce Clark. That came upon him in a hurry. But Pierce Clark reacting, getting down low across his body to keep it out and keep this game at 1-0. But for how long? As Hall, the goal scorer, he can't control it. Neither can White. Franjic winning it back. White. Sewell. Carrigan. Looking for Saki. Cavallo coming across, taking it away. Flicking it to Kurda. Dunn lays it off. And he gets it back from Mersin Mamesi. Out onto that right flank, Romanovski. Carrying it inside, getting it to Dunn. Loose ball as far as Cavallo. Decker nods it on. Back to Kurda. Kurda battling for it, retaining it. To Decker. Dunn. Saved. Turned in at the far post. And this game is level once more. Jay Romanovski on the spot with his second goal of the season. And in the 52nd minute, here at Melbourne Knights Stadium, the Thunder celebrate, but so too does Dandenong City. As the Melbourne Knights are pegged back at 1-1. Knights couldn't clear away the danger, and they are punished early on in this second stanza. Plenty of football, however, still to be played. Can the Knights respond? As the Thunder burst forward once more. A go-ahead goal, the second goal, would put the Knights in a massive hole. As it stands on the live ladder, a point takes them to 33 on the season, 4 back of Dandenong City. Joseph Franjic now, looking to central, finding Hoare, who keeps the play moving along quickly. Albano working against Ben Gibber, sliding it across, looking for Kieran Bramwell, but it took a touch, took a challenge, and out for a corner kick. And Ivan Franjic getting across to take this one. We've got Bramwell standing right next to Clark. Sewell's gone to the near post. High delivery to the top of the 6-yard box. Defensive header. Saki tried to let the ball come to him. But it didn't come as quickly as he wanted, and that enabled Wade Decker to just come in and apply a challenge and have the ball bounce out off the Melbourne Knights winger. Throw in intended for Decker. White getting across. Far's in there as well. Appeals for a free kick. And Ross Clark will decide that there indeed was an infringement. Alessi to Gibber. Long ball forward, the Dunn direction. Across for Kerdar, with a touch. Decker, Wade Decker from range, took an awkward touch. Fortunately though for Oldfield, it was a deflection that didn't see it, finds the inside of that far post and instead out for a corner kick. Difficult to tell from our broadcast position here whether the Knights custodian had it covered. And its trajectory slightly more inside. No matter though. It's a corner kick now in towards that near post. Attempted flick on, and then an effort straight into the chest of Oldfield. And the Thunder are getting across, appealing for a handball. Everything happening so quickly in that penalty area. And such a lot of bodies around it as well. I couldn't make out if there was a handball. Of course, no video assistant referee in the NPL Men's Victoria. Adam Piddick has been a rather calm figure in the dugout for the Thunder, on his feet on that occasion, as it's almost an exact copy of the previous set-piece delivery. And it's cleared away, and then the sliding challenge coming in. Thunder none too happy with it. And Ivan Franjic goes into the book with a caution. Here's Clark remonstrating that it was studs up and then merited something more. Kerdar back to his feet after being brought down. I might imagine he's in his final game at Knight Stadium. As player coach, Ivan Franjic didn't have anything malicious behind it. Wouldn't want to see his side go down to 10 men. Christian Cavallo set to take this one on his left boot eventually, as Clark has come across to Port dugout, and Adam Piddick will get himself a yellow card. So a bit of a Bronx cheer from the Knights faithful behind him. Cavallo now. Delivery in, and it was a decent one in the end. It was Daniel Alessi who met it with the header, but unable to find the target. And the Knights survive with this game in a state of parity, rather than being consigned to a deficit. The Thunder, a period of this game where they are in control, coming forward again. Kerdar sliding across, bringing down, I believe it's White in the process. Play on is the call. He gets back to his feet, looks to run it off. It's Corey Sewell. Sends it to Carrigan. Just under an hour gone here at Knight Stadium. Scores locked up at 1-1. Mitch Hall late in the first half for the Knights. Joe Romanowski early in the second for the Thunder. And here comes Saki. Bounce was favourable to him as he got a second bite of the cherry before being brought down in a rather promising area. Well, this famous old ground here at Summer Street has seen some famous goals scored from free kicks over the years, some absolute crackers. It's really the kind of position where you have to be thinking, if you are a Gian Albano or a Steve Steve Weiss and Ivan Franjic, you'd be backing yourself. You've got Farr there as well, who looks to have been tapped to take this one. Hatim Farr, a Frenchman. You've got players on the edge of the box. One imagines they're there for the rebound. Farr. No, he's going to look for a teammate and only finds the head of Christian Cavallo. Then Hall's delivery in, cleared away. So free kick that ended up being much ado about nothing. Let's have the ball on their left flank. Decent delivery in. Hall's arriving. Can't get there. Saki puts it across the face. Hall came across him in a flash, and it just skyward off his boot and over the crossbar. Don't think he knew much about that one. And a gilt-edged opportunity for the Knights goes begging. Franjic brings it in, shakes off the attention of Suleimani and Kurdar. Hall, Sul. Kerrigan for Ivan Franjic. To Joseph Franjic. Miscommunication between Sul and Albano. Thunder throwing. Untouched football as they try to move things quickly. Four intersects. Monstered by Decker. And monstered in a manner that Russ Clark believes constitutes a free kick. Chest of the Thunder goal scorer, Romanovsky. So Knights throw in. Albano. Late to Joseph Franjic. The dropping Saki. Left-footed ball over the top. Brought in by Albano, shooting. Palmed away by Clark. Back with Albano. Marshall at the top of the Thunder box. Kurdar, defensive header. Decker collects. Kurdar spins away to Ben Gibber. Knights. Intense forward pressure. Sees the Thunder just boot the ball away, but it's not the cleanest of collections by Joseph Franjic. Suleimani for Wade Decker for the dagger. Denied by Oldfield. And that will be the danger from for the Melbourne Knights. They need to win today. A draw guarantees finals football for Dandenong Sissi. They must win to keep their playoff hopes alive. And that means they're going to have to throw numbers forward. And that means there will be space in behind for the Thunder to exploit on the counter. The Wade Decker. Energizer Bunny getting forward to pressure Chris Oldfield, and that will see the ball go out. Ivan Franjic kept his head, kept the play moving. His pass picked out by Sewell. White for Albano. Farr provides the underlapping run. Albano instead looks to move inside and wins a free kick. Ivan Franjic. Saki stood up by Cavallo before, well, he moves past him, now tries to beat Suleimani. Ball across, claimed by Clark. Alessi. It's a Jibber. You can see the Knights coming forward, trying to win the ball back high. Romanovsky. Looking for Dunn. Corey Sewell with the intervention, and we'll see our first change of the game by the Melbourne Knights. It'll be Gian Albano coming off, replaced by Jack Morton.
Substitution for the Melbourne Knights.
So that will also see a reshuffle. Morton moves into the middle of the park. Looks like Farr has gone out to the left flank. Suleimani brings it down only as far as Carrigan. Ronald giving chase. They'll close down Alessi's ball forward. It will ricochet out for a throw-in. And that will allow the Knights to get forward and erect a bit of a cordon. All in the hands of Benjibo. Schneider provides the short option, but Hall was right there next to him, so that was ignored. Flicked on only as far as White. All the way back to Oldfield, who's going to have to come out the flash and just get it out of there, which sends it straight into the waiting arms of Clark. Still Cavallo now. Flicked on by Kerdar, who gets it back from Decker. Wayward touch. Cleared away by Carrigan. Saki trying to chest it down beyond Simamesi before beating him. Saki laying it off. Stitch intervention by the Thunder. And Decker unable to keep the pace from Burke and Kerdar in. 69th minute of football at Summer Street. Schools locked at 1-1. The Knights just over 20 minutes of regulation plus stoppage time to find that go-ahead goal that would keep their season alive, entering the final round of the regular season. The Thunder, meanwhile, look like they're preparing a triple sub. Asaki trying to drive through once more. Again, repulsed. See the desperation, though, increasing by the Knights. Hall kept the play alive, got it to Farr. Poked away from him. Suleimani's on it. Decker's in support. Closed down by Carrigan. And that may enable the Thunder to make that waiting triple change. Christian Cavallo getting his summons, I think I heard from Adam Pettick. Ali Suleimani as well. So it's done also. So Mohamed Salamovsky is one of the players that have come on, just trying to pick out the others. Board hasn't gone up yet, signifying the changes. Messi has donned the armband for the Thunder, and he goes on a bit of a run from his position at centre-back. Was looking to set a high ball forward for Josh Carrans, who's another one of the players that have come on. I believe that might also be Joseph Romero out there. I'll confirm that for you soon. Moves around Saki before sending it forward to Salamovsky. White. Joseph Franic. Collected by Brumwell. Sewell, all in, headed away by Alessi. White trying to send it back in. Feels for a handball against Hoare, unheeded, far. Closed down by Gibber. That will go out for a Knights corner, and the other change is Aiden Edwards. So Salamovsky, Josh Carrans and Aiden Edwards all coming onto the park. As mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Aiden Edwards wasn't on the team sheet on Friday night, so taking his opportunity to get a game. It was postponed to Monday as the ball is whipped in. Clark was fouled. Pierce Clark. So less than 20 minutes of regulation remaining now. Score remains Melbourne Knights 1, Dandenong Thunder 1. Clark seeding these long balls out. A knock in the first half. Bouncing through to Joseph Franic. Gets it to Ivan Franic. Salamovsky applying the pressure. White. Winning it back. Ivan Franic with a bit of space to operate in. Saki over the byline. Good ball in and put over the crossbar by Mitch Hall. And the anguished cries of Chris Oldfield in the Knights goal audible. Knights Stadium is their search for that go-ahead goal that would keep their finals hopes alive. Go on. Decker turning Joseph Franic. Sliding it across to Romanovsky. One of Carrant's can't be found. Knights have only made the one change thus far. Albano off, Morton on. Thomas Karlovic, John Mabok, Thomas Werndl and Jeffrey Leno, the other options on the team sheet. Morton laying it off, getting it back. Mitch Hall for Bramwell. Kieran Bramwell putting it across, but to the run of a Knights player that never arrived. Now though, and that effort just slicing off the boot of Corey Saul. Tension really beginning to become palpable here at Knights Stadium. Desperation on the pitch, a combination of frustration and desperation audible from the stands. Saki trying to drive past his marker. Pulsed. Ivan Franjic brought down, free kick. And they want a yellow card to the Knights on, well, Aiden Edwards for booting the ball away, and maybe a yellow card as well. Forrest Marley, don't think they're going to, well, they're certainly not going to get the latter. But here we go. Saki standing over this one. Two-player wall for the Thunder. Saw from a much better position, far good to find a teammate, only to be unsuccessful. It would have to be so tempting for safe Dean Saki to just try to bend this into the top corner. He's got 4 goals on the campaign. Got a perfect position to observe from our broadcast position. Saki, I think he was just hoping to keep that one low along the ground and have it be met by the charging run of Ivan Franjic. Clark, though, ultimately coming up with it for the Thunder. And Pierce Clark just booting it away in the Decker direction. Carrigan with the defensive header. Ivan Franjic bringing it inside. Morton sliding to ensure his side retains possession. Far getting it central for Mitch Hall. Back to Far. Laying it off for Sewell to use his muscle to just ensure his side kept the ball. And in the end, they'll get a free kick, will the Knights. Another set-piece opportunity forthcoming for the hosts. Taken quickly. Ivan Franjic, Thunder have all 11 men back behind the ball to defend. Sewell. Ball is sent in the Bramwell direction, can't find him. Franjic, Ivan Franjic, feinted the wind-up, and then Hall onto the roof of the net. Clark going short. before it's booted long. All up for grabs. Who did it last come off? Last came off a Knight. And Jibber to take. Short to Curda. Edwards. Back to Jibber. Goes for a free kick. Against Corey Sewell. Ross Clark determined there was an infringement there. Mercy Mamesi to take. Thunder. Well, they're going to get some numbers forward. They're not just going to sit in a low block and defend for the rest of this game. They too going to send some players forward, searching for a go-ahead goal. Knights headed away. Smiley's attempt to send it back in, not clear. Saki going down. Play on is the call. He's surrounded by Thunder players. Is the winger. Now the whistle comes. And again, the frustration, the desperation from the Knights visible as they look to get play going once again. Franjic couldn't keep it in. Mike Decker urging teammates forward. He wants the go-ahead goal. But he surrenders it. Edwards knocked it on, only as far as White. Far. Closed down by Jibber. Kept him at arm's length before finding Sewell. Monstered by Romanovsky. Did well. Sliding challenge from behind. Advantage has to be the call there. It's the Thunder and the Knights both preparing a change. To be a double change for the Thunder. Just the one player coming on for the Knights. No, two players. Another player shedding the bib and shedding the tracksuit. There's John McBock preparing to come on as well. Thunder, meanwhile, have made their changes. Daniel Dixon has come on. Romanowski is off. Jackson Brady has come on as well. He's moved into left back. Waiting to make their changes until they've seen off the threat of this Thunder attack. 84th minute here at Knight Stadium as the ball is sent out to Jackson Brady. Edwards loses the ball under his footing. Franjic just throw in. White the intended recipient. Selamovsky stealing it back for the Thunder. Winning a free kick. Okay, now those changes can come for the Melbourne Knights. So Corey Sewell will make way, as will Farr. So John McBock entering the fray, as has Thomas Werndl. Mabok. It's the one goal this season. Back in round 4 against St Albans. Wendell, defender by trade. Handball is the call. Thunder gave themselves a free kick on this left-hand attacking flank. Burke and Kerdar preparing to take. Good delivery in by Kerdar, couldn't find a teammate. Puts his hands in the air in the aftermath, asking where the runners were. Here we go. 85 minutes and 37 seconds have expired per the scoreboard here at Knight Stadium. Less than 5 minutes of regulation remain for the Melbourne Knights to find that goal that would keep their season alive. First, though, they've got to get out of their own half. That's proven a bit of a challenge in these last few minutes. Now they'll do so. Well, to Wernthal on the left from Carrigan. Whipped in behind Mabok. Well, couldn't collect. There's communication between Wernthal and Morton. Ford desperately trying to keep his side in possession. Doesn't come off, and while the Thunder have a lot of men in space on this left-hand flank, Jackson Brady one of them. Joseph Fradic comes out to close down. Central for Kerdar. Dancing away from a few challenges, trying to play the 1-2. Burke and Kerdar. Fradic with the challenge that sends it out for a corner. Skied, not cleared away. The first time of asking. It will end up with a Knights goal kick. And look at that, the urgency to take it quickly and get the play up the other end. Hall laying it off. Ball in behind, Mabok gives chase. Gibber for company, but the fresh legs of Mabok, can they be telling? Here's for a free kick against Gibber from the Knights faithful. Waved away by Kyle. And then the free kick will go the way of the Thunder. Thunder now. Clearly not the same sense of urgency to get play going as their opponents. Booted forward, Carrigan's underneath it. Bounces off the top of his head. And as far as Joseph Franic, now Ivan Franic, the veteran. Can he produce a moment of magic in his last home game as a player here at Knight Stadium? Ball is carried inside, but it will find Jackson Brady for the Thunder. Cleared away for a throw-in. Ivan Franic, his senior career, started for the Melbourne Knights at this ground. It was round 7 of the 2007 VPL season. He came on as a 75th minute substitute in what was a 1-1 draw against the Essendon Royals. Chris Taylor was his coach back that day. 6,123 days ago. 17 years and 3 months ago. Today will be the final time he pulls on the boots as a player at this ground. He's been to World Cups. He's won A-League titles. part of what was been part of what was the best side we've ever seen on these shores in Barcelona. Can he find a moment of magic? Can a teammate find a moment of magic in these last few exchanges? But no, the Thunder, they're coming forward. Carrans keeping it in. Players now arriving late. The shot straight at Oldfield. 5 minutes of added time will be playing here at Knight Stadium. The 90 has expired here at Summer Street. 5 minutes for the Knights to keep their season alive. Morton can't keep it in. Screams of frustration again from Oldfield. Ball in the hands of Dixon before he surrenders it to Benjiba. The 2024 season for the Melbourne Knights, 25 weeks to this point, comes down to these next 5 minutes. Ivan Franic. Saki made the run, that was ignored. He goes back to Morton. Forward for Hall. Handball. Called against Josh Carrans. Ivan Franic standing over it. Everybody getting forward for the Knights. Deepest man is White, and he's still halfway into the Thunder territory. Franic's delivery. Header away. Ivan Franic all the way back to Oldfield. High ball forward. Thunder headed away. Once and then twice. And look to break. Decker. Kurda. Edwards. Rides one challenge from Hall. The fresher legs of Edwards. But Hall desperate to come back. Throw in for the Knights. Franic. Again, sent it to his brother Joseph in a hurry. Didivan. His fresh legs of the Thunder attack though. That's Selamovsky applying the press. Edwards knocking it central. Dixon. Danny Dixon on the left. Boom! Danny Dixon puts it into the top corner and drives a dagger through the hearts of Melbourne Knights. In added time at Summer Street, Danny Dixon has come off the bench and scored the goal that will win this game for the Dandenong Thunder and send their local rivals tonight, their local friends perhaps, Dandenong City, into the playoffs. Four days after this game was supposed to be played, it was postponed. Came back to do it on a Monday night. And the Dandenong Thunder have come back from a 1-goal deficit and now lead the Melbourne Knights 2-1 in added time in this second stanza. The Knights at this point hoping for a miracle. They effectively will need to score off this free kick, immediately win the ball back and score again. A draw is not good enough for them. Clark with a punch. Saki carrying inside. He's being held, but he kept his feet. And he has the ball stolen away from him, and now Kurda, every yard that he gains, a dagger through the Knights. Carrans closed down by Oldfield. White fell over. Knights recover. Positions at this point are meaningless if you're Melbourne Knights. It's just everybody trying to get forward and combine. Edwards boots the ball away. Carrigan has got up and he's playing as a 9 now. Franjic. The two Franjics combining. Saki flicks it on. Ivan Franjic carrying it inside. Loses out. And in doing so, collects Mercy Mamesi. Free kick for the Thunder. Already this round, we have determined our premiers, our relegated sides. And in a few moments' time, it is looking like we will lock in our top 6. Indeed we will. Dandenong City will play finals football in 2024 as they enter the final round of the season. 4 points clear of 7th place Port Melbourne and 5 points clear of 8th place Melbourne Knights after the Dandenong Thunder come to Summer Street. And in what was a delayed game, a postponed game, come back from a 1-goal deficit and win 2-1. They secure their 8th win of the campaign. Up outright into 10th place on the table, 3 away from St Albans. But the Melbourne Knights will not play finals football in 2024. Ivan Franjic will end his final game as a player here at Melbourne Knights Stadium in disappointment. But you do have to pay tribute to a man who will play his final game as a professional next week. Simultaneous kickoffs around the NPL Men's Victoria. The Melbourne Knights will make the trip to Green Gully, and if you are a fan of Australian football, a neutral fan, not already with something to do that afternoon, you could do much worse things than going off and seeing this Socceroo, this A-League champion, this NPL legend, just all-round legend, Ivan Franjic. See the disappointment there on Saki, surrounded by the kids who have come out to see him on his haunches. But the final score here from Summer Street, from Melbourne Knights Stadium. The Melbourne Knights 1, Dandenong Thunder 2. My name has been Joey Lynch. Thank you for your company this evening on the NPL Men's Victoria YouTube page. Thanks and success.
I'll just throw it down.
Oh, easy. Cool.
Oh.
Good game. Exciting game.
So the Knights missed finals now.
Yeah.
The Thunder offered to forfeit.
Oh, really?
If they went out.
Wow, okay.
So thanks for coming back, mate.
No worries, I'll see you for the next one. Yeah. Yeah, you do. Okay, work out.